Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Price of Fame. This is episode 5, season 2. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My name is Lunga Tshuka, and I'm your host, and always will be. All right, so tonight's guest, ladies and gentlemen, is a very good friend of mine and also a South African creative influencer with over 1 million followers on all of her social platforms that she actually uses to do all of the things, ladies and gents. Also, she's a God-fearing woman. She's also a professional dancer, qualified dance instructor, and actress. And she's done quite a few popular hip movies that you've probably seen, like dance movies that you've seen, like Honey 3, just to name one of them. And also she's appeared on magazine covers. And if you ask me, ladies and gents, I'll probably say that she's probably a content queen. She's a queen of content creation, ladies and gents, because she's amazing. You're going to meet her right now. Let's bring her onto screen. Please make some noise as a welcome onto screen, Kelly Kikx.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
I must point this thing. This thing is always like the other way around, So I'm like, you're the only person. I'm like, you're the only person who actually did the round of applause with me, and I appreciate that. I always do the round of applause. Everyone
Yeah, I feel honored to be able to clap with you because I feel awkward when I'm not clapping with everyone else, even if it's for me or for someone else. I'm just weird like that, I guess.
Listen, are you one of those weird people sometimes? Like, not weird people, like in situations where you can't. Are you one of those weird people? Like, I'm one of those people. When people tell me happy birthday, I say same to you. Do you get awkward like that? And also when you greet people sometimes, like you like have this awkward greets, or you also, or you just gonna sit like that? Kelly, are you okay? Okay, it looks like we're having a bit of a technical hiccup there. Let's just see what the producer has to say. She's stuck. Kelly, Kelly, are you fine?
I'm fine. Everything just went silent. So I had to bring out my Pikachu.
Oh, Pikachu saved the day.
Pikachu saved
I don't know what
it.
happened there.
Wow. That's a sexy pose to be in, must say. Should have taken modeling as well. Dang.
It's better taking a bite. Imagine taking a bite and you pose like that.
Mid Gatsby.
Yeah, I was saying, are you also one of those people that get weird sometimes or gets awkward with greetings sometimes, or like handshakes, or like
Do you know
sometimes?
I get awkward with happy birthdays. When
Yes,
someone
people
wishes
tell me
me
happy
happy
birthday. I say same to
birthday,
you.
I get awkward.
I always say same to you when people say happy birthday. I don't know why. I just want to like return the favor, So, or I want to be polite, and then that's what happens. But I think you're doing the. Can you hear me though? Kelly, you're stuck again. Okay, as soon as she gets back, I'm gonna maybe ask her to leave and come back in, and we see if that. Yeah, you're back.
We're back. Guys, I don't know
I
what's
feel like
happening.
you
It's not even
your poses wisely. Your facial
not
expression.
even
Never know when it's gonna. Listen,
I
let's
just need
try
to look
something
like
quickly. Yeah, let's try something quickly. Do you want to maybe leave the conversation, the chat, and then come back in?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that quickly.
Cool. In the meantime, ladies and gents, for those of you who have joined us for the very first time, like I said, and I've been saying at the end of most episodes that we've also now moved our Price of Fame to audio platforms. So you can find it on Apple, Spotify, and Anchor FM. And when you're at Anchor FM, send us a voice note. I'm dying to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about the show. Let me know who you'd love to see on the show. And yeah, we'll take it from there. We'll also play your voice note on the show if you don't swear, if you're nice. But for now, let's see if we can sort out the little hiccup with Kelly Kikx. I don't know. I think I might have to leave too when she comes back. We'll see about that. She's back.
Oh, it's working.
Yes. For now.
Amazing. For now.
Yeah. Listen, you just got back from somewhere. Like, where were you?
Me, I took a little bit of a break for my self-healing in Grahamstown. I actually went to G-Town,
That's
as one
great.
would call it. Yeah. Went to go visit a few friends, just
Yeah,
like get away from social media for a little bit and recoup, get my creative energies back.
absolutely. No, it's very, very important. We all have to do stuff like that, And I mean, I'm sure you just feel blessed to be able to like cut out, so long to
Yeah.
cut out of and just like recoup and like you said, recharge. It's very, very important. I mean, for you to be on the top of your game, you need some me
All the
time as well.
time. Yeah. I don't think people realize how strenuous it is, especially when you have so many deadlines and so many demands with social media.
Yeah,
It gets really hectic. There's no 9 to 5. It's like all the time. Like every time you
yeah,
get it's work time. So just putting some boundaries in place and getting some rest breaks is very much needed in an industry like
uh,
this. It's very high like pace and demanding.
yeah. I mean, like, I know content creation because I spoke to Cassidy not too long ago, and we were just speaking about like how, it takes a lot of time to create content
Yeah,
and all of that, you know. Also, you want to think ahead of time, so you would create some concepts that you put aside and all that. So you're constantly thinking. And I guess when you have
constantly
a
on the
huge
go.
following, yeah, I guess when you have a huge following and like you have a good relationship with brands, also that also put a bit of pressure on you. You're like, okay, I need to keep on my toes, because the
Yeah.
spinning, the wheel is spinning and it's spinning at a pace and I have to keep up. So yeah, I
Exactly.
guess, yeah.
It's the same as any craft. You have to keep practicing it. So it's not like it's, oh, you made it big, your name is out there, and now you can just do whatever. No, you're consistently trying to elevate and evolve and grow who you are, as well as the content that you make. Because obviously when we say stay as sweet as you are, you're not actually gonna stay the same. You need to evolve and grow. And it's the same like
Yeah,
practicing a dance routine. You can't get better if you're not practicing that routine. And you can't get better at a style if you're not expanding on it. So it's like same, but different, but same.
absolutely. So how are you doing this evening with everything that happened and your crazy day that you had? How are you doing this evening?
Well, as you will see, there will be a few of these.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm busy recovering slightly
Yeah.
from bad allergies thanks to the weather. Also, thanks to the traveling. I've been traveling quite a lot, and I've noticed my body is not loving adjusting to different altitudes and different like air and weather and
Yeah.
everything in between. So every time
Yeah.
I travel, I'm trying to adjust back to like my Cape Town self.
Yeah.
So I'm there, busy recovering, taking all my vitamins, but I'm also doing really well. I'm super busy for someone that's not out all the time. Okay, that sounds weird also. Like I work from home, if that makes sense. Most of
Yeah.
the content I make it at home, but I'm always busy. Like I always need to go and get something or do something or prep for something or I'm scouting. It's like a literal, um, it's like a movie. You've been on films as well, so you
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
how there's all these different departments. And as a content creator, you are all of the different departments and the talent. So it's all of those things happening at the same time. So it does get a little bit crazy. So yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I'm just trying to adjust to Cape Town again because this weather is so confusing. I left here, it was hot, and I came back and it was windy, and I was like, winter? You
Yeah.
here? So yeah, I'm
Oh,
just
listen,
adjusting
I mean,
currently.
like the weather thing plays a huge role in terms of like when the seasons change, how it affects us and our allergies and all of that.
Yeah.
And I think March, sometime in March, my sister and I, so I have a brother that lives in Boston, and we went to go visit. And that side, they still had some snow, and we went for some skiing and all of
Oh,
that.
nice.
So we left here, wearing a vest and everything, then you take a flight, and then the next day it's snow and completely flipping. Yeah. So I think like we stayed there for like 10 days. Like halfway through our visit, my sister starts picking up, allergies, like reactions, stuff like that. And she's like
Mhm,
coughing and all of that stuff.
mhm.
And this whole COVID thing, you're so paranoid. You just
Because you
like,
don't know
oh
if
my,
it's COVID or if it's just
yeah.
allergies.
It's like
Yeah.
ever since COVID, we forgot about flus, we forgot about allergies, we forgot about cold, we forgot about all
Yeah.
these other things
Yeah.
that give you these reactions. So any
Yeah.
simple cough, you're gonna be like, hey, what's going on here? That kind of thing. So low key, I promise you, low key, no one wanted to make her feel uncomfortable, but I think we were all just like, hey, what's
It's like
happening?
slowly
Yeah,
back away from the human.
yeah. And then my throat started acting up a little bit, just a little bit. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know this is like a. But then before we flew back home, we got tested and then it
Yes,
came out
of
negative.
course.
So it was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just a cold.
Like
Only
people
now you go,
forget
it's
that
a
the
cold.
weather also does this to your body. Like your
You
body
know what
needs
I'm
to
saying?
adjust. Yeah. And like
Yeah.
myself, I have really bad allergies. So if you don't know me, I'm really allergic to like dust, to pollen, to like the change of weather. Like if it goes from a sudden hot to cold, my sneezing
Yes.
starts. Like my allergies are so
Yeah.
intense that the doctor put me on from a first generational antihistamine to a third generational antihistamine. I skipped the whole second level. They upgraded me
Yeah.
in school my one time. So I have to take like really strong antihistamines for my allergies because I get massive like sneeze attacks to the point that if it gets
Yeah.
like crazy with weather, it can become a flu or cold. So that's why I'm like, I know I don't have COVID, which is great because I would have had all the other symptoms as well. But I'm just like, I freaking
Yeah.
hate
Yeah.
having allergies. It's the worst thing. I'm like, the Lord bless me with everything, including allergies, which is the one thing I never asked for, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's better than other things. So I'll deal with the allergies. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean like it's really like weather really plays a huge because I remember my first few visits, my nose would always bleed and I get dry, because
Yeah.
it's a sudden switch to winter, and so my nose would always
Yes.
bleed. It would so did my nose bleed. So yeah, even this last visit, yeah, it bleeds slightly, but there was
Mm.
something.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Same.
So yeah. So like 2020 was a life-changing moment for all of us, right? And
Yes.
2021 we kind of like figured out, okay, this is who I am, this is how I move forward, and this is my transformation. Can you please give us in a nutshell what was your 2021 like, and what is your biggest goal for 2022?
So 2021 was quite a roller coaster in itself. I mean, we all are not big fans of COVID and the lockdown and having curfews and all those things because we're old enough to know what time we need to come home. But COVID was a blessing in disguise for me because the very
Absolutely.
thing that I'm doing right now, which is content creation, I did back then before COVID was a thing. And funny enough, I was in the dance industry with you as well in the dance scene in Cape Town. Everyone thought it was really stupid. They're like, why is this girl always making videos? Like, I used to be made fun of, like, physically bullied in the dancing for making content.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was a tough thing, but I mean, I love making videos, so I just continued doing it. And then 2020 came around, and then things started picking up internationally because TikTok was more of a big thing in the States. So I got some like good reactions in the States, but then locally it blew up. End of 2020, beginning of 2021, it blew up and became a full-time job. So 2021 and COVID and everything was quite a blessing when it comes to what I love doing, becoming like a full-time job and not just like a part-time hobby. So that
Yeah.
was great. A lot of changes happened. I moved out. Obviously, doing big things, started traveling more also now that the lockdowns kind of like subsided quite a bit. So I'm doing what I love again, which is traveling. I've been probably out of Cape Town more than I've been in Cape Town this year alone and last year,
Wow.
end of last year, end of 2021. But yeah, it's been crazy. Like it's just I don't know how to explain it. Um, but there's been blessings on blessings, for lack of a better way to say it. Blessings on blessings, as in every single month, something new is happening, something's taking shape. Like, for example, you were busy commenting before we started the stream about me looking like a real gamer, and I was like, yep, I am. Like, things
Yeah.
like that. The things that people didn't know about me before started coming out on my social media. So I started streaming my gaming instead of just playing with myself and my fiance. Yes, that also happened end of 2021. I became a fiance. Whoop whoop. So a lot has happened. A lot of not single ladies anymore. A lot of evolving. A lot of in my personal life and in my work life. Like things have been escalating quite a bit. Even like within my friendship circles, I've let go of a lot of people that were not adding value to my life or were just
Yeah.
taking advantage of me. I know I've been told that by this by my besties that I'm very kind and I allow people to take advantage of me quite often. So I've let go of quite a few people that I've noticed have been doing that, and also welcomed a lot of new friends in my life as well. That has played quite a pivotal role within who I am. And as I say to the people that know me or that work with me, how harakat I am now with knowing my worth. So yeah, it's been a great evolution, a great growth. Everything is just working out amazingly. I don't know what happens tomorrow, but when tomorrow happens, it's always amazing. So yeah, 2021 has been fantastic to say the least.
Awesome. Listen, I love the fact that you mentioned that you've been doing content way before content creation was even a thing. I
Yeah.
remember a time when you approached me and you were like, you know what? You'll be so amazing with these vlogs with me. And I was like,
Yes.
vlog? What is vlog? And I was like, vlog? And he's like, no, I just say
No,
it like everything
vlogs.
on the video. And I was like,
Yes.
and then I was like, nah, Kelly, man. And I couldn't, still now, to be honest with you, I have this conversation with so many guests who are content creators. Still now, I'm getting
Hmm.
used to the whole, like, I'm going to put myself and do some content, and just put some
Exactly.
crazy ideas out there. But like, even then, I was like, what is Kelly on about? And then I would see the videos and then I'd see you featured some people and you just like talk about anything. Maybe it's a game or something silly or a word or whatever, or review.
Yep. Yep.
And I was like, okay, cool. And I was just like, nah, I can't do this, but like, nah, you do it. You pretty well. The way you
Yeah,
even
this is
edited
your
and
thing.
everything. Sorry?
I was like, I remember you saying, yeah, this is your thing, man. You do that. I'll just make people laugh.
Yeah. Because I mean, you edited and everything. I was like, wow, nah. I'm like, nah, you do this, you pretty good. I would have probably been, I promise you, with my wild personality on stage and everything, I would have been a lot different in front of the camera. And
Yeah.
and so, yeah, I mean, because my first few castings, even, I thought because I'm a comedian and I'm so wild and I dance, I'm used to people
Yeah.
on camera, completely different energy and it's a completely different setting. And
Yep.
especially when like, oh, can you try it again? Can you try it this way? Then I got thrown off completely. So
That's
can you
exactly
please
why I started.
yeah, so take us through your journey of content creation. How did you start with content creation? Actually, start from a dancer. I want to hear everything from the
Okay.
beginning. Kikx, what brought you to the industry to where you are now?
Okay. Starting from, if you want to go from the very beginning, it's going to go
Oh, yeah.
from before I even stepped foot at a dance competition or event or any sort of thing. I had, if you remember, back in our day, um, those big white Windows 95 PCs that would freeze ever so often. And I think it was Movie Maker or something that was on there. It was actually first PowerPoint presentation and then Movie Maker. I used to
Okay.
take videos like just like my own silly videos or music videos that we downloaded back in the day, of dancing. And I would mix that on PowerPoint presentation, guys. PowerPoint presentation. It is not meant for videos at all. This
What?
girl decided to try to make a video edit on PowerPoint presentation because I always liked working with videos, right?
Yeah.
Then I found out about Movie Maker. Then I started using Movie Maker. Oh yeah, so much easier than PowerPoint presentation and
Yeah.
adding extra slides. So I used to like mix music and mix videos on there. I used to make videos for like birthdays of families and friends, of like events and things. If I had to dance in a competition, I'd make videos of it. I'd vlog when we go to World Champs. Like it would just be a thing of mine that I would love to do, but I never ever posted anything. Then I'm not sure if you recall Russell Fatlip, also a
Yes.
dancer in the scene. He's now an amazing like graphic artist. Oh my goodness, he's amazing. He had a YouTube channel and he knew that I was making this content. I think we were busy chilling with Gary and Corey or something, and I was chilling with him. I know it was at one of their places. I can't recall. It's very long ago. Very long ago. And then he was telling me, and this was before I went to university, just in high school. He was telling me I should start the YouTube channel, like post my videos on YouTube. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I'll try it out. to see what happens. And then I opened up my YouTube channel, and I just posted like slideshows. You will see the PowerPoint presentation slideshows there. I just posted slideshows and like videos of me dancing or the things I liked or just like random things. Like my 21st video that my sister made me, I posted on YouTube. It's very weird. It is on private now, so you won't see that. 21st videos. I did like the Harlem Shake. I did anything and everything on there. And then I had a friend in high school, also Mark Fitzgibbon. You'll know him as Mark Fitzy. He went to university with me as well, but he was studying on upper campus and I was on lower campus. But he would always come down to get like the liquor food on lower campus because music school had the best junk food ever. We're not supposed to eat it, but we did. Anyway, we would always meet up, and I used to go up to the radio section on upper campus to go and see him as well. And he was also like, just like post your videos, like make actual content. Why don't you start a vlog? Because he also knew that I was dancing on campus and I'm always making videos, but I'm never posting anything. So I was like, cool, let me start. I started, I think it was, oh, correct me, I'm probably going to be wrong because I forgot what year I posted this video in now. I think it was most likely 2011. I think it was 2011 that I posted my first like YouTube vlogger video. Like not like the other videos. I posted other videos before that, but like my first official I'm a YouTuber now video, I posted like I think in 2011. It was so bad. It was me teaching people how to start a YouTube channel. That was my first video. Great. Okay. Fantastic video to start with because I just started and I had no clue how to do it. So I made a tutorial for myself and posted it on YouTube for everyone else. Quite embarrassing, but great. I did a reaction video, I think, a few years back on that video. I was like, what the heck was I thinking? Making a light out of a factory black bag. It's not bouncing any light out of that, but okay, I was smart. So yeah, I started making like vlogs since then. So I was indulging in comedy, doing like your usual vlogs where I'm traveling. I did some dance videos. I didn't really want to post my dance videos because of I won't call it the insecurities of it, but I was so battered and bruised in the dance scene that I was too scared to post my own dancing on my own channel. So it'll be very far and few between. So I post a little bit of dancing if I post any, but most of it was like comedy, like play on words, all of those vlogging, some cooking videos, which is great because I couldn't cook back then. So it was clearly kind of cooks, which I will be resuming very soon, guys. So I used to post like really like random videos just in the hopes of making people laugh, but also to kind of get used to the camera because I was transitioning into wanting to get into acting. So the only reason that I actually started talking on camera was so that I can get used to talking in front of the camera for film and for commercials and things like that, which is the exact same year I started doing acting as well. So yeah, that was the beginning of everything. Like it kind of evolved in itself because it's something that I was doing just behind the scenes. The same thing with the gaming last year, end of last year. I started playing games for everyone to see, which is great. I started a Twitch stream. So I do, instead of gaming with myself and with my friends, I'm now gaming online for everyone to make fun of me because I tend to scream for anything and everything, which is great. Professional noob at its best. I'm not too bad, just to put it out there. I'm really not that bad at games, but I specifically, for some reason, keep playing new games I've never played before. So I'm really bad at them in the beginning. I do get the hang of them. I'm loving Valorant at the moment. So I started doing that and I got signed to an esports team as a content creator as well, DNMK. So things are happening, things are evolving. And the brand just keeps growing. Kikx just keeps growing. It was just Kikx like me and my nickname, and it became a brand because of my content creation. So as much as I thought dancing would have done it for me, it was definitely my content creation. And that dancing videos that I've done on TikTok, I think I got so much more appreciation than I did in the scene. And that's where my love for like making content in dancing kind of evolved. So as much as I love dancing, I don't think a lot of people know, I kind of like walked away from the Cape Town dance scene, like the local dance scene in general. just to do dancing on my own, and things just happened for me there because I kind of like just removed everything that didn't feed energy or goodness or
Yeah.
love in my space. I removed that, went on my own route, continued content creation and dancing, and it kind of just blew up from there.
That is so cool, man. Honestly, and like I didn't know that you left the scene for that reasons, but like when I watch your content, your dancing is amazing. It's like effortless and it's put to the T, and that kind of thing. You're just smooth, like you're like maybe the moves are like are complicated, but your face and the way you're portraying it is
This
like,
is
this is
easy.
smooth. I was born to dance. I'm being me kind
Yeah,
of
the
thing.
thing is, I
Um,
love dancing. Dancing is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to give you like that energy, that radiance, that like
yeah,
freeness. So that is exactly why I stepped away, because the dancing community for me just became really toxic, as well as the competition aspect of it became really toxic. So I still judged for competitions, because I want to give back to the community and I want to help those that are also coming up in the dance scene. But I started teaching outside of the dance community. I taught at a Christian dance school. I was teaching hip hop there. And also, instead of just teaching dancing, I was teaching life values and lessons and things
yes,
that we don't get taught in the industry. Rather, we learn it through like mistakes and things, which is great as
yeah.
well. But I wanted them to be in a safe space where they can make mistakes and still feel valued and still feel loved. And that's where I went. I studied dancing at UCT, taught at HKDS, his Kingdom Dance School. And then I just felt like the appreciation of dancing was so much more than just
Felt like depreciation. Okay, let's just give it a couple of seconds. Think. Okay, so I think the complication is probably on Kelly's side. She usually kicks back in a couple of seconds. I hope she does, because
And we're back.
yeah.
I don't know how I froze this time. Oh, at least it was a sexy pout, so that's fine.
Ah!
Sorry.
Uh,
Sorry, I was
I'm
getting back.
back. I'm still back.
I'm getting back to what I was saying. Yeah. Before I get cut again, I don't know if it's focused or not.
Yeah,
Sorry. I show Sosis just to get my camera in focus. I'm not showing anyone Sosis, I promise.
knock on wood.
Um so yeah, I think I fell in love with content creation more and dancing on TikTok more because I was appreciated more internationally, which is funny because
Yeah,
it wasn't really a local app. It was Musically back then. So I was more appreciated by international followers or people that were watching me from like the States. So I made so much more friends internationally than I had locally, which was so weird for me because I'm like, I'm one of you guys, you know? And I think I think that's what kind of like opened my eyes to be like, not everyone is for you, but the people that are for you will be with you through it. And they will give you like good criticism, feedback. They're not there to take from you. They're there to learn from you. There's
yeah.
like a difference in it. So I went to that space where I could be a teacher and not be taken advantage of. And that kind of kept me in the dancing scene. Not because I wanted to stop dancing. I just didn't want that toxicity to kind of seep through what I wanted
Yeah.
to do by the wrong people.
So like actually let's get into that. Let's get into all of that, those challenges, because like I'm probably at home, your parents were all for you dancing and just following your career. But if there's any challenges that you had at home, at first before they saw like, this is something like that, please enlighten us on that. And also I would love for you to touch on the dance community and the other communities that kind of like were against or didn't approve necessarily of your dancing or what you're doing as a content creator. Could you enlighten us on all of that? Because obviously you pushed through, and today, sorry, today you got 1 million followers. You're successful of your content that you do. So can you tell us? Can you take us to those challenging times, in the household and also in the community? Like, what was it like?
So in the household, This is gonna be so hilarious. My mom and dad, wrong side. My mom and dad, they love me to bits. They supported every single thing I did, except they didn't understand my passion with creating what I love doing as a career. So they were
Okay.
very much, we want you to do what you want to do, but also you need to get a job.
Yes,
That
yes.
was the thing.
That conversation.
And that was the conversation, as every creative would get. And I'm just someone that I've seen so many things happening, and especially watching my family and their struggles and what they've been through, like with apartheid before I was born. um I didn't want to be in the same boat where I did something just to get by. I wanted to do something that I love doing, and make that work. Like, regardless, make that work. So, like, studying at UCT dance school, um, I literally pushed myself through, like, it wasn't daisies and like sunflowers. It was a mix of both a great and a horrible experience. Studying dancing there, because like in the dance industry it's the same thing, and I'll explain it later. But I kind of, with everything that I've earned in the film industry with doing all of my dance films, I put every single cent of that to my studies so that I could actually study dancing. Like, I paid for my studies, like my dad paid for a portion and I paid for the rest. So I made sure that I got what I wanted to get with my studies, because I didn't want my dad to pay for something that I'm not gonna enjoy doing and end up not doing at all. So I
Yeah.
did that. And then I literally, like, found every single space I could to learn my craft or hone my craft, friends that would help me as well, like learning where I couldn't afford to do so. So I've been trying to find ways to learn from friends, or take classes, or joining studios, like everything that I could. My parents always, at every single, like, whenever they could, they would come to every single competition, every single event. They will come and support me. If they can't, they'll send me messages and be like, good luck. Like, they're always supporting me. But it was always a
Yeah.
struggle when it came to, like, the work conversation. Like, you're almost out of this, you almost finished studying, you still don't have a job. It was very stressful and strenuous. Also coming from a background where we weren't financially in a great place, like, I couldn't afford to do a lot of things because of finances. So it was a very tough push to go creative, like full on creative. It was very
Yeah.
difficult. And exactly why I'm, like, shook at, thanks to COVID, that I could do so much things, because that is where my income stream comes from now. Because of COVID, I could make it a full time job and make my parents proud. And they finally kind of gathered and understood where I was heading to, knowing that obviously in time technology evolves. So I knew at some point it would happen, but I just didn't know when. And COVID kind of, like, sped it up. So yeah, always had their support. Obviously, the struggle was just obviously the reality at the end of the day. How am I going to get through it and things like that? With the dancing scene, um, it's a tough story. It's actually quite, I think the end of last year or the beginning of this year, I had a full on breakdown, um, because of the effects or the trauma that the dancing actually put me through for all those years. And I only realized it, like, now. So I had, like, quite a bit of, like, a drawback with
Yeah.
regards to that. I think the main reason why things were a struggle for me is because I stepped into the dance scene where Cape Town already had their top dancers kind of, like, highlighted as, like, these are our main dancers, and they need to do everything and they need to be in everything. And, um, you can't be better than those select few, like the elite few. You can't be better than them. And I think that it was tough for me because I came in as, like, fresh blood, as they would call it, and as the underdog. And I was achieving quite a lot of things without meaning to offend anyone. I was getting into films, I was getting into commercials, I was being booked over and above some of the best in Cape Town. And it kind of brought a lot of backlash. And I also made friends with a lot of people in the scene. It also brought a lot of backlash, and people were like, who's this girl? So it was almost a sense of she just got here. Who does she think she is? And there was a lot of like um, lies and rumors and things being spread about me that I only found out about afterwards. And I was like, is this why people don't like me? They don't even know me. Like, I had a lot of people tell me what they were told in the dance scene. And then they got to know me and they were like, we don't understand how people are saying this about you when we meet you. And now I'm like friends with the very people that wanted to like beat me up in the dance scene. It was the funniest thing. That's when I realized like there's something that I have that I don't think is valued in our scene, but someone else is seeing it. Like it has to take someone that's international, like an international choreographer or like
Yeah.
an international director, and a handful of local dancers to see my worth. And then maybe someone will kind of figure out who I am or want to get to know me or appreciate what I do. But I think the only thing back then that I thought it was is it's just my work ethic. I realized that I got booked for a lot of jobs because of my work ethic, and I realized that I stayed quite humble. As much as I worked as hard as I did to make sure that I always stayed at the level or above what is expected of me and on top of my game, I think people didn't expect that much success from someone that just stepped into the dancing. I think
Yeah.
it became either threatening or just like disrespectful for those who are seen as the top in the scene, which is quite
Yeah.
stupid. But I did realize that it came with a lot of jealousy. Like the scene came with a lot of jealousy, came with a lot of toxicity, came with a lot of people who pretended to be there for you, but then they're just trying to latch on to what you either have or use you to get to a certain point. And I was just too nice of a person to allow that. And that
Mm.
is why I also stepped out. I just stepped out completely when I realized what was happening and I realized what I've been taken advantage for. I completely just stepped away. Um, yeah, apologize to anyone that I thought I may have offended. I didn't know what I did, if I did anything. Apologize. People never responded. The best part was when I went to support one of my friends that's in the content creation scene. She decided to enter into one of the competitions, local competitions. She was staying in Cape Town at the time. And I told her, whatever you do, compete, but have fun. Don't take anything like if they don't judge in your favor, don't take it seriously. They have their people. Just dance and dance your heart out. And I went with her and I supported her there. And most of the dance scene that was there that didn't approve or were being toxic towards me, they could not look me in the face. I was there and I was obviously greeting all the friends and everyone that I haven't seen in so long, but those very people could not look me in my face. And I realized it's not me. It's not a me thing. There's something that's happening there that is out of my control. I can't do anything about it. That is not
Absolutely.
something that was on me. That was something that was on them, and I did the right thing to walk away and choose something better for myself than to stay in an environment like that and hope that people will approve of who I am. Because I'm not here to prove myself to anyone. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been quite a tough journey in the dance industry. And I'm very glad at the decisions that I made because it kind of made me who I am now. And I think any dancer that's tried to kind of reconnect with me, they know how tough it is to get hold of me. I choose very
Yeah.
wisely who I open up to, and I choose very wisely who I allow back into my space. There is room for obviously like chatting and stuff, but I am very, very, very cautious now when it comes to allowing people into my space because it is my safe space. And I know what it did to me when I allowed that before, just allowing anyone into my space. It's very holy for me. Like if you can add value to my life and if you can add positivity into my life and if you're there for the right reason, you will be in my space. If not, it will be very far and few between. That's in my life at the moment when
Yeah.
it comes to like really close friends or like really digging deep. But I am still the same friendly person I was back then, just with T's and C's applied.
Boundary.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
with
there's a
boundaries.
lot of boundaries right now. Yeah.
And I mean, it's healthy boundaries. And like you said, because you had no filter back then, you were just, I'm here to love and I'm here to learn and I just want to express. But not everyone
Exactly.
was seeing that side, you know. They
Yeah.
projecting their own versions of you. And like you're saying, they're seeing you getting jobs, they're seeing you mingling with, rubbing shoulders with people that they would love to rub shoulders with. And they're like, what are you doing, you know? And then it's always those
Yeah.
rumors that come afterwards, like, yeah, she's
Yeah.
just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
there, you know, and sometimes I can relate because I've faced a little bit of kind of like unnecessary challenges like in the comedy scene where people are speaking bad about me and that kind of thing because when I moved to comedy, let's say my first year and a half was quite good. Like I was just climbing. I was just climbing and it was like word on the street because whenever I meet a comedian, everyone's like, oh, you Lunga Tshuka, I've heard so much about you. Oh. And other people would be like, oh, you're gonna see him tonight, you're gonna see him tonight. He's so amazing.
Yes.
That what Gina told me before I came, there was it was the most of the comedy and the comedians, their styles are kind of like monotonous in some kind of way. So when I
Yeah.
came up with beatboxing and I'm just, it's like a crazy thing of like, is he colored or is he black? What's the hell? He's speaking Afrikaans. So it's that whole thing of just like captivating, you know. So like I would
Yes.
do pretty well with audiences and most of the time. So like that also became a thing. And I remember the one time I did bad, it was like word on the street too, like comedians that wasn't at the gig is like, oh, I believe he did better at that one gig. It's like they were so, it's like they cheered for the fact that I'm not doing
Yeah.
so, that kind of thing, you know. And I
Fresh
even
blood.
heard
Not doing
through
great.
the
Yeah.
grapevines, I even heard like through the grapevines, like what are the comedians like? What are they even saying about me? I'm like, is this what they thinking? And same like you, when you're in that space, you're there to love and you do your thing and you greet everyone. And I'm just here to actually just have a good time and do my comedy, you know. But we
Yeah.
can't control the projection of other people's insecurities and how they perceive us. All that we
That's
can do
true.
is what you did, create healthy boundaries and sift them out, you know. That's the best thing
Yeah.
that you can. But as an individual, for yourself, yes, that's the outside toxicity. Was there ever a moment where you feel like you were maybe toxic to yourself with some self-sabotaging thoughts of like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. I'm probably blah blah blah. Any of those moments did you like kind of like had a dark night of Kelly? And how'd you bring yourself out
Yeah.
of that?
Um, I had quite a few of those moments. Not that I wanted to stop content creation at all. It was once again me being too nice and not setting boundaries. I let in a lot of people in my life, made the same mistakes I did in the dance industry, in the content creation scene. And I thought that now that I'm in a new scene, everyone's going to be really nice. Like, they are not the dance scene that I know. I was highly
Yes,
mistaken.
yes,
I let in a lot of people that once again was there to kind of just use and abuse, and take advantage of my kindness, to the point that the same like with what happened to you, I had people that would change up stories and try to like cancel me on social media, just because they were kind of found out for things that they've been doing. And I was very, thanks to the dance scene making me as like hard as a rock. I was very like, I'm for justice and I want to make sure that everyone is like seen to and blah 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 blah. Make sure that whoever's been done wrong doesn't get wrong done to them. And um, I think I almost self sabotaged myself by doing that, because my shift or my focus went away from myself and towards people that, in the end of the day, didn't actually deserve all the energy I was putting into their growth. I put more effort into other people growing than I did into myself. I put more
yeah,
effort into making sure everyone else was safe instead of myself. So I shifted, um, looking after me to look after everyone else, because I was so scared that what happened to me in the scene would happen to them. And I ended up going through the same pattern of people taking advantage, people doing all these things, and to the point that I was in such deep depression. I had to take time out again then, take time out and actually just like went with my dad to work, I remember. Um, and I had to physically just like lay in the spirit and just like be like, yo, God, you do your thing, because right now I feel so like so hurt. Like my heart is very fragile, in a sense of, if I love someone, whether it be like family, friends, like my significant other. When I love wholeheartedly, and I give everything. And the minute that's broken, like I break. So it became so much that I literally blocked every single person out of my life that I could, except for obviously my closest friends that I knew I could trust. Um, yeah, I went through quite a bit of lows within the content creation scene. I think maybe more than I did in the dance scene because of that. It was probably the biggest mistake I made, but also the biggest lessons learned, because all of that I take with me to where I am now. And it's helped me
Yeah.
so much, because even like this year, last year, people come to you, they're like, oh, content creation, it's so cool. You meet new people. Yes, you do, but be
Yeah.
careful who you allow into your space, regardless of how many followers they have. Because the
Yeah.
minute they reach a certain spot that they want to be at, you are no longer part of their life. You are just there for one reason and one reason only. So, like people ask me on social media all the time, like, are you still friends with this person? Are you still friends with that person? And I will gladly say which one, because everybody has everybody has the same names. So it's like you
Yes.
need
Yes.
to be specific with who you're asking. And I'm not shy to say, no, I'm not friends with them anymore. I won't give them any reasons because it's none of their business in a sense. But I know that I don't allow that in my space. So if you want to hear from me, I will give you full honesty. If people ask me, are you friends with this person? No, I'm not. Are you friends with that person? No, I'm not. But it doesn't stop me from being kind to them. So if I do see them in public, I will still be nice. I will still greet you. I will still ask you, how's your day been? Hope that you're doing well.
Yeah.
Hope that you become successful. But I'm not at a point where I'm going to allow you back into my space. Which
Yes.
is also a very funny thing. I made a TikTok about this. Um, there was someone that also really did like dirty with me and a few of my friends. Um, and I have asked for them like to like let's meet for coffee, let's chat, and they refused. And then I saw them in the shop and I was busy like contacting one of my clients and I was like, I'm gonna contact you now. I'll see you like in 5. And I look up and the person just vanishes. And I was like, sure, that was fast. Avoiding at every corner. So it's like once again, the same as in the dance industry, I know as a fact that it's not me, because if it was me, I would be that person running away and avoiding,
You know.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just
It's
be
it's
honest, be open, be vulnerable, but also with your vulnerability, you need to know where the boundaries are with how vulnerable you'll be with certain people.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the best way to react to them, is to not react to what
Yeah.
they say and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Continue being yourself and continue shining your light, because then the flame dies out. But then what has been put out there is their guilt. So
Yeah.
now it's like you come again when they see you again, and it's like, I said this about her. Because if you were
Yeah.
right, those are facts. You shouldn't feel anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about
Exactly.
them now. They shouldn't feel anything. Why are they feeling uncomfortable? Why are they turning their eyes when you're in the room? Why are they making it awkward when you're trying to, like, just like greet people and that kind of thing? So I actually
Yeah.
like that. I think you should on purpose go to all of these people and just hang out there. Just like, hi there. Make them
No,
all
Lunga,
uncomfortable.
I'm telling you, things happen. Like there's always an event happening somewhere, and there's always influencers and content creators being invited to events. There is definitely gonna be a time when you run into someone that is like that, that does something to
Yeah,
you, that avoids you, that doesn't want to look at you, that refuses to talk to you. They're gonna be at that event, and what then? There's no
yeah, yeah.
way that you can avoid anyone there, because now you have to put on a face because clients are watching you. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And
yes,
I'm actually not for that. Like I had a client that was like, if there's anyone that you don't want to work with, let us know, because we want you to feel comfortable when you're working with us. And I'm actually quite surprised that clients are that open. So
yeah,
in the end of the day, if you're working with a brand and the brand wants you to represent them, you are also representing all of the creators that are working on that job with you.
yeah,
So at the end of the day, I'm like, cool, I don't mind. I would rather turn down job because I don't want to be represented by a certain creator, because I know the type of rep that they have, and that's not the rep that I want on my name. So there's quite a bit of times I refuse jobs, and they will either let go of the creator or let me do a different job. So it all depends on what the client wants. So yeah, I'm when I say I'm open and honest, I'm truly open and honest with all of my clients. Like
Yeah,
to the T.
I love that. Kelly, give me some of your most memorable or most amazing moments that you've experienced ever since content creation. I mean, has content creation make you travel? Like, just tell me some highlights that you've really, really loved ever since you started this content creation journey.
Okay, so definitely traveling again is fantastic. I think I've been to Joburg so many times. I had this cool job that I did with Discovery just last month, if I recall correctly. We traveled from Cape Town to Skukuza. We did like a night stay there, and then we came back to Cape Town to the Mali Hotel, which is absolutely stunning. And me and travel, I
Oh
love
yeah,
travel. So my traveling content is
again.
booming again. I'm very excited about it. Even though I need to adjust to climates, traveling is great. Dancing wise, I've had quite a bit of dance videos for artists that I've done. I remembered my first big one was with Major Lazer. I was very surprised. Major Lazer's PR team contacted me for just dancing to one of their songs, and I was like, "Cool, I'll do it. Great." That was one of the cool dance gigs I did. As well as for Dance Monkey. And then yeah, I mean, need I say about the magazine covers for Glamour was
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. The shoot that we did, myself and Michaela, we did a best friends Valentine's Day shoot for Club X magazine. Also amazing. It's so great working. Like I love being on set. So being
yeah,
on the shoot was like me being on set again. And it's just like
yeah.
the best thing ever. Because I can finally also just be a talent and not have to worry about what I need to wear and figure out how to do makeup because I cannot. Um, but also I've made so much amazing friends on the way. Um, and I've been going to so many like amazing events and working with brands that I've been dreaming of working with since before content creation came about. So yeah, it's so nice. I have friends, I have brands that are friends, I have a new esports team that are also like family to me now as well. I
And
don't know.
followers all over the world.
I mean, yeah, I have the support and I have followers, but like once again, being a creator is not about how many followers you have at the end of
Okay.
the day. It's about doing what you love and making other people's day for me. Like I want to make if it's one person that's following me, that one person needs to smile for that day. You know what I mean? Like I want to make a community that is positive, a community that they can approach me at any time if they see me in public. Like I want them to come up and say hi to me. Like come and take a picture, come say hi, let's make a TikTok. I'm that type of person. Like I don't shy away from people that support me because it's because of them that I can do what I love doing. And I wouldn't be anything without them. I mean, I would be myself still, but when it comes to like where I am at the moment and all the opportunities that I've gained from doing what I love, it's because of them and I can't take that away from them. So it's not just me, Kitty Kicks. I'm doing all these things and I've made it big and blah blah blah. It's everyone, like every single person in the Kick squad has done so much for me to be able to do what I'm doing now. So I'm really grateful for absolutely everything. Like all I need from them is just to be there, just to be them, just to like, if I can make them smile, I'm happy. If I can make them laugh, amazing. If I can give them positive energies, great. If I can pass some peace, love, and Jesus, that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. Like, you know,
Yes.
the whole like cheesy thing of like, I want world peace. Like that's basically me.
Oh no,
I'm
it's
that
not cheesy at all.
I'm that Miss
It's
Congeniality girl. World peace. I'm that one. So yeah, I just
yeah,
want to
don't
spread a
worry. I'm
lot of
with you
love.
on that fight. With you on that fight.
Yeah. So yeah, more positive. World that we're living in now, we need as much positivity and as much realness and authenticity as possible. And that's what I want to do for others. And in that process, just being myself and loving what I do.
Lovely stuff. No, I completely relate with that feeling and just how you perceive the world and what you would like to contribute to the world, you know. So, like I said, I'm with you on that. And I guess it's the corny ones who always, you know, always gets this challenges and all these things on these people. Yes.
I was
He's
like,
so much.
wait, that's right.
It's weird because you must also move to the other side and like,
Yeah, you have to like shift it.
oh
Wait,
no.
hold on. Other way, other way, other way. A man.
Hey, oh my word.
This is hilarious.
Beautiful.
Wow, we had one job. We had one job.
Oh
We
my
are
word.
failing at
This
it.
is so, I can't figure it out.
Don't worry, we'll get it right before the end of the stream. Before the end
Here
of
we
it,
go.
we'll get it
Here
right.
we go.
Oh,
Bam!
yes!
Listen,
We are so
um,
weird. I love it.
we just took a moment to make a heart,
You
and we
know,
felt. Listen,
just mid
we're getting to the end of
conversation.
the interview, and it's been lovely catching up with you. I wish I could catch up with you in person again because it's just so
Please,
much fun and just a ball of energy and joy, and I just love speaking to
please.
you. But
That would be amazing.
you mentioned that you have like a kick squad and that kind of thing, where people help you out with those things, right? But I want to know is, have you had any mentors that kind of like help you out with your journey? And are you currently in a position, finding yourself in positions where you giving people tips, or you kind of like mentoring people how to do content creating? Can you speak a little bit about that?
It's funny that you ask because I've been my own mentor for my entire career up until now. And I've been giving tips and I've been, if I can actually say it, I've been mentoring a lot of creators since the beginning of my creator journey because I've learned quite a bit from being on YouTube. We had a YouTube creator group as well, just like a few locals making a little group and supporting each other. And that obviously evolved into Musically, evolved into TikTok, evolved everywhere else. So I've been mentoring since I started on Musically, aka TikTok. Um, and I have been told by my mentor that I have now to stop doing that.
Okay.
Because it did take quite a toll on me, like I've mentioned before, with like the right and the wrong people in your life. So I have now put a stop to it. But I do undercover, sorry, mentor. I do tend to still help, but I help like the closest people to me that I know have only good intentions for me. So I do, and I do give tips all the time. Like if I can assist any new creators, I usually do give tips. I don't go too much in depth, but I do give as much as I can. But I do currently have a mentor, and her name is Jill Strawberry. I just recently did a influencer course with her, which is amazing, which is so weird also because while doing this course, I was like, half of these things I already know. But
Yeah.
it was so refreshing to be able to receive from a mentor instead of just constantly giving and giving and giving and not getting anything in return. Not that I expect anything at all, but
Yeah.
it's just a weird. And I cried on my first course like session with her. I literally was sitting on the phone call with her and crying, and I had my camera down and my mic was muted, and I was just crying the entire session. And she was asking me like what's going on, and I was like, it's so refreshing to finally have someone bring value to my life and kind of approve of what I've been doing and letting me know that what I've been doing has been correct all this time when I've been doubting
Yeah.
myself all the time.
Yeah.
It was so refreshing just to have someone else speak into my life instead of me speaking to everyone's life constantly all the time. Like it was just such a good experience. By the way, she has a course online, so go and follow her, Jill Strawberry. She does influencer courses every, I think, month or second month. And if you're not sure where she is, you can find her in my followers if you just type Jill Strawberry. Um, yeah, she's been a blessing to me in so many ways, um, helping me in so many aspects with just like, even just like how to work with certain clients, how to do something as simple as like making sure you read every single clause correctly in a contract, like things down to the T that I may have missed, like all those nitty gritties. She's been helping me with, and
Yeah.
also just finding myself again and putting all the energy that I put into other people into myself again and respecting all the knowledge that I have again. So yeah,
Yeah.
as much as I thought that I put myself back in the dancer category of me not knowing enough. She put me back into the space of you know everything that you need to know and you've done that by yourself. So I need to appreciate myself more. Like she's been that person for me, which is great.
Yeah.
I love her to bits. Um, I would not trade her for anything in the world. So yeah, big ups to Jill Strawberry. Freaking love you. You're an amazing human being.
Jill, still in the house. Kitty, my final question. I've held you for an hour now, and I have to let you go. But before I let you go, gotta ask my question that I ask all my guests. And I'm gonna put you in the time machine right now, right? And I'm gonna dial it back for very, very. Yeah, you're now excited. You're like,
yeah,
wait,
I'm
what?
nervous now. I was about to couple high five times,
yeah.
and then I was like, wait, what?
So in the time machine, I'm gonna dial it back to a moment or a very young Achille of you, right? Maybe it could have been a moment where you really needed some guidance or some advice, or when you just stepped into this industry. And it's the Achille of today, knowing what you've known, having experienced what you've experienced, learned from the lessons and grew from the lessons. And I'm giving you 5 minutes to give us some advice. What would that advice be?
It's going to be very deep once again. Be there for yourself. Be there for yourself. As much as I like to say, like, be your authentic self, be yourself, everyone will love you for who you are. It is, in fact, true and not true at the same time. Be there for yourself. Take time for yourself. Take time for the people that truly love and care for you. Because that's where your inspiration comes from as well. That's where your love and your passion for things come from as well. And don't beat yourself up when things don't go like amazingly well. Just give yourself some time to process and just keep moving forward like you've been doing so freaking well. So yeah, just keep moving forward, have the right people in your space, and just remove anything that doesn't feed positivity or love into your space.
And you must tell her that you're going to be a superstar one day.
Yeah, that also. Don't forget about that. You're going to be great. You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing amazing, fantastic, fabulous. Yeah, no, I'm the freaking happiest I could have ever been right now. And it's thanks to the amazing people in my life. And that includes you because, hi, you are still there in my space. So thank you also for always believing in me. And this is also a testament of that. You asked me to be on your amazing show. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. It's an honor to be here next to your face.
It's a great pleasure. Listen,
that's my thing.
Yeah, I learned it from you now. Real quick, is there anything that you want to share that I maybe left out that you feel like you want to maybe put out there right now? Any shout outs? Shout out to my fans, my moms.
I want to send a shout out to my mom and my dad. Also, shout out to mommy. It's her birthday. What is the date today? Not tomorrow, the next day. I had to make sure because I lost track of time. It's Tuesday today. Okay. So on Thursday, it's mom's birthday. Happy birthday to mommy for Thursday. Shout out to my dad also. Shout out to my best friend that's standing by the door waiting for me to give her a shout out. She's like, I'm here. Yeah. Michaela, I'm giving you a shout out from Blood and Water, guys. Go and watch her. Yeah, she is Tahira in Blood and Water. A shout out to all of my friends. Shout out to my fiance for standing by my side all the time. Freaking amazing. Shout out to my team, the Kikx team, my manager and my PA. They have been making sure I stay above water. Thanks so much for being there. Thank you to the Kikx squad. Anyone that is following me or watches me as part of the Kikx squad. You don't have to buy anything or pay for anything. For anything to be on the Kikx squad. The fact that you are here and being present, you are part of the Kikx squad. Thank you for being there. Without you, none of this would be possible for me. You guys have literally, and I don't say this lightheartedly, you guys have brought me out of a space of this cannot happen to something that is absolutely possible. Like this chick from Balha that wasn't in the most amazing financial situation is now able to actually pay rent and do things that she never wanted to do for being scared of not having enough. You guys have made my life, you've changed my life for the better. So I can't thank you guys enough.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And yes, we do want Michaela on the show as
well. So Michaela,
if you're
gonna be on the show.
Listen to me, Michaela. I want you on the show, please, Michaela.
Lunga says he wants you on the show, Michaela.
Don't act like we're not friends, Michaela.
She said it's happening. It's happening. Set a date and she will be here.
Awesome. We'll holler at you as soon as possible. Kelly, it's been lovely. Just give a screen hug there. Give a screen hug, a virtual hug. It's
I'm
been
gonna
lovely
hug you.
connecting with you. Yeah. It's been lovely connecting with you, Kelly, and I've had a lovely time. And I'm sure people through this interview can see that you're such a bubbly person and you're such a joy to be around. So continue doing it, continue shining your light. And I'm going to say good night to you. And thank you so much again for being a guest on The Price of Fame. It was a really, really lovely catching up with you.
It was
Real
so
quick,
amazing being on the show. Yes.
real quick, drop us your social handles.
It
I
is
didn't hear what you
at
said now.
oh no, I said it was really, really good being on the show. We must
Oh,
definitely
okay,
do this
cool. Okay,
again.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So drop us your social handles. Where can we find you, Kelly Kicks?
Absolutely everywhere. So except for Facebook, because yeah, nothing's happening there on my side. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, basically everywhere. It's at Kelly underscore Kicx. So like at and then Kelly, and then there's like an underscore line there,
Underscore.
and then Kicx. Yeah. Like that's the same every single way. Wow. Everywhere. English
Yeah.
has left my system as well. So.
You tired. It's fine.
I also English part-time, just in case you wanted to know.
After hearing you now, I don't think I would want to.
You might just English with me or not. We will see on the
I.
next episode of Trying to English with Kelly Kicx.
All right, Kelly. Like I said, it's always a joy chatting to you, and I have to release you now. May you have a lovely time with your best friend Michaela, who's also my friend, and your
Yeah, our
husband.
friend.
And and may you enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much to you, Kelly. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Well, there you have it, ladies and gents. Like I said, she's a very bubbly person, very beautiful, a lovely personality. And when we had a gig together, we always have a good time. Just so much joy and just leaving you feeling positive. But that's it from Kelly Kicx tonight. If you want to follow her, we gave you a hint where you can find on all of her platforms. Like I said in the beginning of the show, for all the new guests that are tuning in, and for some of the guests who's coming back from season 1. If you didn't get this message, I just want to let you know that we're also now on audio, so that you can find all the Price of Fame recordings and episodes on audio. You can find it on Spotify, Apple, as well as Anchor FM. And when you're at Anchor FM, send us a voice note. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you'd love to see on the show. And yeah, we're really looking forward to all of that stuff and looking forward to hearing from you. We might just also play your voice note in the episode. So yeah, let's have some fun, guys. But for now, that's it from me, Lunga Tshuka. I've been your host. This is The Price of Fame.